Okay, hello. So let's continue the discussion about slope deflection method. So this time, pakita naman natin na pwedeng gamitin ang slope deflection method to solve for slope and deflection. Hindi lang siya pang solve ng indeterminate reactions, no? So we have here wood beam is subjected to the load shown if the elasticity is 12 gigapascals. So we are asked to solve for the moment at B and the deflection at B. Okay, so I know na kaya nyo itong isolve using double integration method or area moment method or conjugate beam method. Pero ito, another option or another possible na panggalingan ng solution nyo is the slope deflection method. So since this type of problem, cantilever beam, fixed support at A and free end at B, can be solved easily yung reaction. So since this is a determinate structure, so sige, isolve muna natin yung reactions, no? So again, yung loadings natin applied sa beam is all downward load. So the resistance at the left support or moment resistance at the left support will be counterclockwise. Okay, so lagay natin ganyan. So we have here moment AB. This is counterclockwise. So to solve for that moment, so we are going to sum up moment, summation moment at A, and then equate to 0. Okay, so wait lang. So our moment reaction at AB is counterclockwise. So magiging ano yan? Negative moment AB. Sige, sulat natin. Negative moment AB. And then all loads will be clockwise rotation with respect to A. So let's solve first for the uniformly distributed load. So plus area muna, no? So 2 by 3. And then the moment arm is half of the base. So this is 1.5. And next, the concentrated load na 4. So clockwise din. So plus 4 multiplied by moment arm na 4.5. And then after that, the concentrated load at the free end. So again, clockwise rotation. So this is positive 6. Moment arm will be also 6 meters. Then we equate this to 0. So we can now solve for the moment reaction at A. So the moment at A will be equal to 2 times 3 times 1.5 plus 4 times 4.5 plus 6 times 6. So the answer is 63 kilonewton meter. So check ko nga, mali ba yung baka mali yung type ko. Okay, so okay naman. So 63 kilonewton meter. So this is now your moment at AB. And then of course, you know that the moment at the free end or moment BA should be 0 kasi free end yan eh. Now, let's apply slope deflection method. So from the discussion dun sa previous video, so before you use the slope deflection equation, so you need to solve for the fixed end moment nung ating loading. So ito ay ano lang, no, single span. So parang ang gagawin natin is we will get the loadings from the beam, and then we will replace the supports by a fixed support para makuha mo yung fixed end moment. Ayan. Okay, so let's say fixed support na yung nasa B. So let's now solve for the fixed end moment for AB and BA. So again, a fixed end moment, downward yung load. So the moment at A will be counterclockwise while the moment at B will be clockwise. So isa-isahin natin yung loadings. So unahin natin si rectangular load. Rectangular load for the first 3 meters. Ito siya. Okay, so fixed support dito. And then another fixed support sa kabila. Downward load. And then, ang intensity is 2 kilonewton per meter. Dimension. So, ang dimension natin is 3 meters for the base of the rectangular load. and 3 meters yung natitira sa kanan. Okay. So, this is now our loadings. Yung unang loadings, ayusin ko lang yung line. Ayan. Okay, next. After that, so meron kang dalawang concentrated load. Pero as you can see guys, yung 6 kilonewtons nasa free end. So parang pag nangyari yan, andito yung load. So applying the formula for the fixed end moment. So PA B squared over L squared or PA squared B over L squared. So as you can see, yung dimensions neto since nasa free end, isa lang, no? So you have left dimension pero yung magiging B mo dito is 0. So therefore, fixed end moment niyan, concentrated load at the free end will be equal to 0 since your dimension B is 0. So we don't need to solve for the fixed end moment nung concentrated load at the free end. So what will the load na lang na isa-solve natin is yung 4 kN load. Okay? So for the 4 kN load, so it is located. So this is located 4.5 meters from left support and 1.5 meters from the right support. So a total of 6 meters para sa kanyang span. Okay. So dito muna tayo sa AB. Lagyan natin yung letra. This is A, this is B. Oh, same lang dito. So for the first part, first load, so you have a uniformly distributed load. So you will represent this by a rectangular strip since baka hindi natin alam yung formula directly for this type of load. So integrate na lang natin. And then let's set the dimension of that rectangular strip from left and right support. So let's say distance of this rectangular strip or representational loading, distance to the left support is x, while the distance at the right support, so this should be total length 6 minus x. Okay, and then again, yung P natin dito sa ating distributed load is just equal to the y value, which is the representation of the intensity of the load. And then as you can see by inspection, so if x for the varying value of x, if x increases, so you can see na yung y natin is a constant value. So, hindi siya nagbabago ng height. So, y is constant and then this is equal to 2 kN per meter lang. So, yung P natin sa formula will be equal to 2. So, let's now solve for moment AB. Again, for this topic, no? So, ang fixed end moment natin, meron tayong sign convention. So, pakita lang natin ulit. Positive kapag clockwise, negative kapag counterclockwise. Okay. So, since moment AB is at the left side, so the moment resistance there will be counterclockwise. So, we will set this as negative value of, for the first loading, so we'll apply integration. So, integral of P, our P here is Y, which is equal to 2. A, your left dimension is X. B is 6 minus X. And then, ang naka-square dito guys yung B. Since we are solving for the moment at left, naka-square yung right dimension. Divided by the total length, which is 6 squared. And then, limits define the location of the loading. So, this is x equals to 0. So, that's the start of the load. And then, after that, yung end naman ng load. So, dito naman. So, our loadings ends at x equals to 3. So, the limits that should be applied here is 0 to 3. Next, for the concentrated load na loadings dun sa right. So, again, moment AB here is counterclockwise. So, we will adopt negative sign. And then, no need to integrate since this is a direct concentrated load. So, just apply the formula. So, P is 4. Left dimension is 4.5. And then, the right dimension is 1.5 squared. Total span is 6 squared. Okay. So, let's now solve for the numerical value of this fixed. Actually, this is fixed end moment. Hindi ito moment at AB. Fixed end moment ito. Okay. Solve for the value. So, this becomes, so magpa-plus lang naman yan, diba? Parang negative. So, i-add ko na lang na. So, integral of 2x multiplied by 6 minus x squared all over 6 squared. Limits is from 0 to 3. And then, plus na lang natin si P, A is 4.5. Our B is 1.5 squared all over 6 squared. Tama ba? 4.5 and 1.5 squared. Okay. So, the answer here is 5.25. So, this becomes negative 5.25 kilonewton meter. Okay. Kabila naman, guys. Fixed end moment BA. So, for moment BA, your moment BA here is clockwise rotation. So, this becomes positive value. And then, all variables are the same, guys. So, palitan lang natin yung dimension na naka-square. So, kanina, yung dimension B yung naka-square. So, ngayon, ang i-square natin is yung dimension A. Okay, so ikakopy ko na lang itong sinulat natin kanina. Okay, copy. Yan. Okay, so for the moment BA, fixed and moment BA, so this is positive. Positive na to ha. And then, naka-square ngayon yung dimension A. So this is x squared. While yung second loadings natin, ang naka-square naman dito is yung 4.5. And then, we can now solve for the fixed and moment of this loadings. No? So, ito gagawin kong 2x squared. Tatanggalin ko yung squared sa 6 minus x. And then, for the second loading, 4 times 4.5 squared. Ito, tanggalin ko yung 1.5 squared. Okay, so the answer is 5.25. Tama ba yun? 2x squared, 6 minus x, 0 to 3. 4.5 squared, 1.5 squared. Okay, so nagkataon pareho lang ng sagot. Negative and positive, 5.25. Yun yung lumabas eh. O di ayan na, 5.25 kilonewton meter. So we have now the values for the fixed end moment. So we can now substitute those values sa slope deflection equation. Okay, so let's proceed muna sa moment AB. Moment AB is equal to fixed end moment AB, so that is negative 5.25 plus 2EI over L. So, sa EI guys, so syempre isang span lang to, no, AB. So, definitely, your EI here is constant, no. Lalagay ka na lang, EI is constant. And then, if EI is constant sa slope deflection method, ano sulat? Constant. If EI is constant, yan. So, we will set this value equal to 1. Ayan. So, magkakaroon tayo ngayon dito ng 2. EI is 1 divided by 2EI over L. So, the span of this beam is 6 meters. Total span. 6 meters is equal tuloy. Multiplied by 2 theta A plus theta B minus 3 delta over L. So, this is now the difference of this problem from the previous sample. Kasi, from the previous sample, we are choosing the points where the supports are located. So, kapag support or points sa support ang pinili nyo, just like those problems, yung mga previous problem, gaya na ito mga to. So, ayan. Magkakaroon ka ng delta na equal to 0 since all of those points have no deflection or no settlement. So, therefore, all of those points are at the same level. Pero for this problem, we are choosing points A and B, no? So, points A and B. So, if you will analyze the elastic curve for this type of beam, so, of course, fixed support, so no slope, so magsisimula ito ng horizontal. And then, since siya ay support, wala ring deflection. But, at the right end, which is a free end, so wala siyang support. So, ito, dedire-diretso lang to pababa. O, i-exaggerate lang natin, no? So, let's say this is now your elastic curve, yung kulay blue. O, kung yan yung elastic curve mo, ano mangyayari? So, your point B for the elastic curve is nandito na. This is now point B of elastic curve. And then, if you will consider the delta or the vertical offset, so, your A is here, your B is here. So, there is present na vertical settlement. And that is now the delta. Okay. So, kahit beam problem ito, since pinili mong point is walang support, so magkakaroon ka ng delta. So, hindi ko pwedeng cancelin yung delta dito sa equation na to. But, you can see na ang point A is a fixed support. So, you can cancel the slope A. So, slope A here is equals to 0 since the support at A is a fixed support. And then, for moment AB, so from the previous computation natin, since nga this is a determinate structure, so you can easily solve for the moment at AB, yung actual moment at AB by using equilibrium equation. And we know na ang value for moment AB is just equal to 63 kilonewton per meter. But don't forget the sign. Okay? So since we have here a sign convention. So for moment AB, ang sign convention natin is magiging negative since this is a counterclockwise rotation. So we can now substitute the value of actual moment at AB. So this is negative 63. Okay. So let's simplify this for this equation, no. So dumo tayo sa 2 over 6. So that is 1/3 multiplied by slope B. So that is simply 1/3 of slope B. Next, yung L pala substitute natin. L here is 6, no? So, you have 1/3 times 1/2. Yung 3 over 6 is 1/2, di ba? 1/3 times 1/2. So, that becomes 1 over 6. So, negative yan. So, negative 1 over 6 of delta. And then, for the constant value, transpose natin to dun. Yan, transpose mo yan. So, that becomes positive. So, you will have negative 63 plus 5.25. So, this is now equal to negative 57.75. Negative 57.75. So, let's set this as our equation 1. Next, another slope deflection equation na pwede na gamitin is yung kabila naman, no? So, we apply now the equation for moment BA. Okay. Moment BA is equal to fixed end moment BA. So, that is equal to positive 5.25. Okay. So, positive 5.25. Mali. 5.25 plus 2 constant EI1 all over L. Our L here is 6 multiplied by 2 theta B plus theta A minus 3 delta over L. L is 6. And then we cancel the value for slope A since this is equal to 0. And moment BA, guys, is the actual loadings yung sa actual na problem natin. Moment B A or the point B is a free end. So, moment there should be equal to 0. Walang moment dapat sa free end. So, this is now equal to 0. So, let's simplify this equation. So, you have 1/3 of, ito, 1/3, tayo, 1/3 multiplied by 2. So, that is equal to 2/3. So, 2/3 of slope B followed by, again, 1/3 times 1/2. So, again, 1 over 6 ulit yun. Negative 1 over 6 of delta. And we just transpose the constant, no? So, positive 5.25 becomes negative 5.25. Okay, so this is now our equation 2. Okay, so we have now 2 equations to unknown. So, apply simultaneous equations sa calcu. So, ayan. Coefficient of theta B is 1/3, negative 1/6 for the delta, and constant negative 57.75. Second equation, coefficient of theta B is 2/3, negative 1 over 6 for our delta, and then the constant is negative 5.25. Okay, so the answer now for the slope B is equal to, 157.5. So, the unit for slope is kilonewton square meter, and then this will have over EI. How about the delta? Our delta here is equal to 661.5, no? 661.5. Unit here is kilonewton cubic meter over EI. Okay. So, nakuha na natin yung sagot actually kasi yun yung slope at saka delta. Pero since merong given ditong EI, or actually E, which is 12 gigapascals, and then your inertia is, inertia lang ng rectangular, 200 by 400 yung given. So, let's now substitute the value ng EI. So, take note, yung 12 na to, yung elasticity, since ito ay naka-gigapascal, so I will convert this papuntang megapascals. So, this becomes 12 times 1,000. Megapascals na yan. Bakit megapascal? So, we want ang sagot natin sa slope is mm, millimeters. Okay. So, let's convert or substitute values na. So, for slope B, tuloy ko lang to, no? Slope B. Slope B is equal to, ayan, slope B is equal to 157.5 this is kilonewton square meter. Okay, so yung conversion, hindi ko na palalagay muna to. Alam na natin to, no? Kilonewton, ko-convert sa newton, so that is times 1,000. Square meter, convert to square millimeter, so that is times 1,000 squared. So, bali, tatlong 1,000 yan. So, this is now times 10. Since tatlong 1,000, yun ay times 10 raised to 9 conversion. And then, the unit here becomes Newton per mm squared. Yung elasticity natin, again, 12 times 10 raised to 3. So, that is now megapascal. So, Newton per square millimeter. Ito ay yung inertia pala muna. Okay, EI. Inertia is BH cube over 12. IX ang gagamitin natin, ha? Since ang loading sa atin is vertical. And then base is 200, depth is 400. So, for the inertia, so this is equal to 200 times 400 cube divide by 12. Okay, so ano mangyayari dito? For the units. So, units, cancel newtons, mm squared, hindi ko nalagay unit neto, so this is mm to the fourth, guys. Mm to the fourth, so cancel yung dalawa, and then may mm squared sa taas, cancel. So that becomes unitless. So sa angle, ang unitless is rad. Sa choices, naka-degree, so you convert rad to degree. So the conversion is 180 degrees is equal to pi. 180 over pi. So we can now have the answer for slope B. Okay, substitute lang natin. Balik ako sa mode 1. So, this 157.5 times 10 raised to 9 all over, mali. Ulit. Divide by 12 times 10 raised to 3 multiplied by 200, 400 cube over 12. Okay, and then apply conversion 180 over pi. So, answer now is 0.705 degrees or degree. So, 0.705 degree. Okay, so meron tayong sagot for the slope. How about for the deflection, no? So, deflection is equal to, o ganun lang din. Deflection is equal to, copying ko na lang kaya. No? Mas madali. Papalitan ko lang rin naman yan. Okay, so for the deflection, so ito ay 661 661.5 kilonewton cubic meter. So, kilonewton to newton is 1,000. Meter to mm is 1,000 also, yung multiplier. Pero naka-cube, so bale, tatlong 1,000 para dun sa cubic meter conversion. And then another 1,000 sa conversion ng kilonewton. So, bale, apat. Apat na 1,000, so that is times 10 raised to 12. And then unit here is newton mm cube. Again, kagaya kanina, yan, mm squared, mm to the fourth, cancel dalawa. Tapos mm cube, mm squared yung ilalim, so may matitira pa ditong isa. And then, yung newton, syempre, cancel na rin yan. So, bali, ang magiging unit neto is in millimeters na. So, sige, apply natin. 661.5 times 10 raised to 12 all over 12 times 10 raised to 3, 200 by 400 cube over 12. Okay, so the answer now is equal to 51.68 millimeters. Okay, ayan. 51.68 millimeters. So, tingnan nga natin. 51.7.705 degree. Okay, so that is now the answer for this problem using slope deflection method. Okay, so let's now proceed sa next problem. So, ito naman ay involving frames, no? Sample number 4. I think na-discuss dun sa video ng moment distribution method on how to classify moment with sway and without sway, no? So, tatlo yun, di ba? So, malaman natin na moment is without sway. Moment tuloy. Frame pala, frame. Ma-classify mo ang isang frame na without sway. Without sway if, number 1, loadings are symmetrical. Loads are symmetrical. Or kumbaga parang naka-mirror lang. Hirap naman magsulat dito. Number 2, if the frame is symmetrical, ayaw. Frame is symmetrical. And number 3, no lateral loads present. No lateral loads. Or number 4, dagdagan ko, number 4, existence of support. Okay, so pag may support, drawing ko na lang yung number 4. So, explain natin ha. Loads are symmetrical, madali namang intindihin yan. So, ibig sabihin, mirror lang yung loadings nyo. Pag frame symmetrical, so dapat every aspect of the frame is symmetrical. So, let's say you have a 1 by 1 story. So, technically, symmetrical naman yan. Pag pantay yung column. Pero if in case the problem has I, inertia I dun sa left column and then 2I to, so meaning mas mataba, mas malaki ang cross-section ng right column. So, magiging non-symmetrical yan or unsymmetrical yan. So, that's now a frame with sway. Okay. And pangatlo, lateral load. So, kung may horizontal loadings, let's say may ganito. Ano ba usually yan? Wind load or earthquake load. So, pag may ganyan sa problem, so that is technically with sway na agad. Paano yung sinasabi nating with existence of support or lateral support? Okay. So, tingnan nyo tong problem natin na sample dito, no? May frame tayo. So simple lang yung frame actually. 1 story, 1 bay lang. Pero, as you can see, unsymmetrical kasi yung load, no? So, yung 16 natin naka-allocate 1 meter from the left end. So, 4 meters siya sa right end. Kasi ang total bay length is 5, no? So, 4 meters to. So, obviously, ito may sway. Ano ba yung sway? So, parang yung frame mo will tend to rotate kung saan mas mabigat na portion ng frame. So, since ito ay fixed support sa ground, lagyan ko letra A, B, C, D. So, ang magiging ano nito, elastic curve. So, kung i-illustrate ko, gaganito siya. Horizontal muna ulit dito sa ground kasi nga fixed support, walang slope. and then magsusway siyang pa ganyan. Okay? Tapos syempre, ano yan, ideally, kung ano yung naging sway ng column mo sa left, yun na din ang sway ng lahat ng column mo sa story na yan. So kumbaga, per story, isa lang ang value ng sway. Kumbaga, we are assuming na pare-pareho na sila ng value ng sway. Nasaan yung sway dyan? So kasi upon application ng loadings, ang mangyayari, mapupunta na dito si point B and mapupunta na dito si point C. Okay? So nag-ano na ngayon, pag kinonsider mo ngayon yung structure AB or the column AB, so you have now a horizontal shift or horizontal displacement. So that is now your sway. Okay, so kaya eto, makaklasify natin tong frame na to na without sway. O yan, delta, delta. Ngayon, yung number 4 criteria, if there is an existing lateral support. So, let's say na yung problem na na-encounter nyo, may hinge support dito. Kunyari, hinge support. So, usually, sa actual, kunyari, may shear wall dyan. So, technically, meron ditong reactions. So, horizontal and vertical reaction kasi hinge. Pero ang pinakamalaga yun, yung horizontal reaction. So, that will resist the sway na mangyayari dun sa frame mo. So, you can classify the structure now as without sway if there is an existing lateral support. Pero sa problem na to guys, wala, no? So, we will analyze this problem na may sway or with sway ito guys. Okay, so ang unang tanong, determine the moment at point B of member BC. So, assuming na dagdag nyo dito, assuming, or sabihin ko na lang, dagdag nyo dito sa problem na to, determine the moment at point B of member BC, assuming that all joints or all points here are fixed supports. Okay. So, parang yung A, fixed support, B, fixed support, C, fixed support. Parang ganun. So, technically, ang tinatanong dito sa una guys, kung magiging fixed support ang BC, at tinatanong niya yung moment at B, member BC. So, technically, that is simply the fixed end moment at BC. Okay. The next question is, determine the actual internal moment at point B. And number 3, actual internal moment at point C. Okay. So, let's now solve for the fixed end moment muna ng BC. Okay. So, bakit BC lang ay solve natin? Kasi pag tinignan yung maigi, yung column natin, yung AB, at saka yung CD, wala namang present na load, di ba? So, if you have no loads applied sa isang structure, so, for solving fixed end moment, so that will be equal to 0. Kasi walang load eh. So, 0 lang yung fixed end moment natin. So, ang kukunan lang natin ng fixed end moment dito is the member BC. Okay, so, kukunin ko yung girder BC, gagawin ko siyang restrained structure or restrained beam, fixed at both ends, and then ilagay natin yung load. So, we have here 16 kilonewtons, located 1 meter from left and 4 meters from right. Okay. So, apply now the fixed end moment equation. So, lagay ko yung joint B, C. So, fixed end moment BC. Okay. So, trace mo natin yung rotation. We have here a downward concentrated load. So, the resistance at the left end will be counterclockwise, while the resistance at the right end will be clockwise. So, sige, isolve natin. So, we will have here negative kasi counterclockwise. P, A natin, left dimension 1, B is 4. Ano naka-squared? So, we are solving for the left moment. So, naka-squared dito yung right. And then, divided by the total length. Squared. So, 5 squared. So, pag sinolve natin yan, so that is equal to 16 multiplied by 4 squared divided by 25. So, that is simply equal to 10.24. Apply natin sign convention, so negative 10.24. Meaning counterclockwise. 10.24 kilonewton meter. And actually, yan na yung sagot sa una kasi fixed end moment yun. Yan, 10.24. Okay, let's now proceed on solving the fixed end moment at CB. So, fixed end moment CB is equal to, clockwise is CB guys, so this becomes positive. right moment yan. So, this time, naka-squared yung left dimension. So, 16 multiplied by 1 squared multiplied by right dimension of 4 divided by L squared or divided by 5 squared. So, ang sagot ngayon dito, 16 times 4 over 25. So, this is equal to 2.56. Positive 2.56 kilonewton meter. Okay, so you have now the fixed end moment. Again, yung dalawang column, 0 lang ang fixed end moment nila. And then for this problem, so walang sinabi about EI, no? So you will treat this problem as constant EI lang. EI is constant. So therefore, we can set that value equal to 1. Okay. So, ilang structure meron tayo dito? So, you have 2 columns and a beam. So, bale, 3. So, initial number of equations. So, 3 multiplied by 2. So, we will have 6 equations here. And then, that 6 equation will be reduced into number of equation depending on the unknown degrees of freedom. Doon mo tayo sa slope. For slope, ang slope sa A at saka sa D is 0. So, hindi siya unknown. 0 na A and D. But for B and C, so this is considered as rigid joint. So, merong slope present sa B and C. So, you have 2 unknown slopes. And then, you have unknown delta for this single story. So, bali ilan yung unknown? 2 slope, 1 delta. So, from 6 equations, so this will be reduced into 3 equations. So, sige, lista muna natin yung mga equation, yung slope deflection equation natin. Okay, so moment AB. Moment AB is equal to, fixed end moment AB guys is 0 plus 2 constant AI over L. Okay, so span of AB is 5 meters. Nakalagay sa figure multiplied by 2 slope A plus slope B. And then, tingnan nyo yung A and B. So again, nakikita nyo, no? Vertical yung structure. So merong horizontal offset. So may present siya na delta. So minus 3 delta over span 5. Okay. So ang slope A natin, kagaya ng binanggit ko kanina, fixed support. So this is 0. Moment AB, may value. So hindi pwede cancelin. Slope B, meron. Delta, meron. So you can now simplify na lang. Ito. So, moment AB will be equal to 2 over 5 of slope B. 2 over 5 of slope B. And then, sa delta, so that is 6 over 25. So, minus 6 over 25 of delta. So, this is now our equation 1. Okay. Next equation. Moment BA. Moment BA is equal to, fixed end moment BA, again, this is the column pa rin to, no? So, we have no fixed end moment for this one. So, plus 2 EI constant over L. Ang L natin is 5 multiplied by 2 theta B plus theta A minus 3 delta over 5. Okay, so just like the first equation, it's counterpart equation. So, gagaya lang natin yung kinancel natin. So, we have slope A equal to 0. Okay, and then we simplify this equation. Again, moment BA, you cannot cancel that or you cannot set that equal to 0 since moment BA is an internal moment. So, may value siya. Okay, so simplify. So, you will have moment BA is equal to, so you have 2 over 5 times 2, so that becomes 4 over 5, slope B. And then for delta, 2 over 5 times 3 over 5, so minus 6 over 6 over 25 delta. Okay, so this is now our equation 2. Okay, how about equation 3? Equation 3 will come from the girder BC. So, tingnan nyo maigi yung girder BC sa drawing ko. So, girder BC is a horizontal structure. So, ang settlement or ang delta na titingnan mo dito, kung horizontal yung structure, ang titingnan mong offset is vertical. So, if you will observe points B and C, so they are on the same level. So, ibig sabihin, for girder BC, ang settlement ng girder BC will be equal to 0. Kasi nga, based dun sa magiging behavior ng structure, so magiging same level pa rin yung BC. Okay, so we will set delta for girder BC equal to 0. Okay, so let's now write the equation for moment BC. Fixed end moment BC, so we have solved that earlier. So this is negative 10.24. Okay, and then plus 2 constant EI over L. Okay, what is the length of this girder? Or the bail length? Ayan, 5 meters pa rin guys. Ayan. 5 meters. So, the length that I will apply here is 5 multiplied by 2 slope B plus slope C. Na-explain ko na, walang delta, so hindi ko na ilalagay sa equation na since walang delta. Moment BC, so that is an internal moment, so it has a value, so you cannot cancel that out. While slope B and slope C are both rigid joints, so again, may values rin sila. So, simplify na lang natin. So, moment BC is equal to negative 10.24 and then plus 4 over 5 4 over 5 slope B plus 2 over 5 slope C. So, this is now equation 3. Okay, let's now write the equation for moment CB. Yung kabila. Moment CB is equal to fixed end moment. Ito guys, ayan sa taas. Positive 2.56 plus 2 constant EI over span CB, again that is 5 multiplied by 2 slope C plus slope B. Delta is 0, so I will not write the third term, no? 0 lang naman. Moment CB is an internal moment ng frame. So, moment CB has a value, so you cannot cancel that out. So, you just simplify this equation. So, you will have moment CB is equal to 2.56 plus 2 over 5 times 2. So, that becomes 4 over 5. 4 over 5 of slope C plus 2 over 5 of slope B. So, this is now our equation 4. Next, we proceed to the next structural element, and that is the column CD. So, as you can see, column CD, there are no present loading. So, for this column, our fixed end moment will be equal to 0. But there is a present sway since the column CD is initially vertical structure. So, upon applying the load, so it has now the behavior drawn sa ating screens. So, ayun, meron tayong i-consider na delta. And that delta variable is the same with the delta of the left column, no? So, same variable lang, or same amount. So, let's now write the equation for that column, no? So, we will have moment CD. Moment CD is equal to fixed end moment CD, guys, so 0 plus 2 constant EI over span. Ang span CD here is 5 meters. So, 2 EI over L multiplied by 2 slope C plus slope D minus 3 delta over span CD over 5. Okay, so ano pwede cancelin? Moment CD is an internal moment, so that has a value. Slope D, so ayan, point D is fixed support, so slope D is 0. So, yun, pwede natin cancelin. Slope D is 0. Delta, meron. So, ayan. Simplify this equation. So, we will have moment CD is equal to 2 over 5 times 2. So, that becomes 4 over 5. 4 over 5 slope C plus or minus rather 2 over 5 times 3 over 5. So, this is 6 over 25 delta. So, this will now serve as our equation 5. And then, let's write the counterpart equation for the structure, yung kabila. So, moment DC naman. Moment DC is equal to fixed end moment 0 plus 2 constant EI over span 5 multiplied by 2 slope D plus slope C minus 3 delta over 5. So, just like with the equation 5, so we can cancel slope D. So, let's set that as 0. And then moment DC, you cannot cancel that kasi fixed support. So, you have a value for moment DC. So, you will now simplify this equation. Moment DC is equal to 2 over 5 of slope C and then minus 6 over 25 of delta. So, you will now have 6 equations from your frame with 3 structural element present. So, dun naman tayo sa boundary conditions, guys. So, for the boundary conditions, unahin natin yung joint, no? Joint condition, so, ang magamit nating joint condition here is the joint B. Since at joint B, there are 2 structural elements connected. So, that is BC and BA. So, at joint B, you have 2 internal moments. So, sum those internal moments, that should reflect the external moment at B. And external moment at B, as you can see, there are no present moment at B. So, that's just equal to 0. So, therefore, our joint condition for B is joint condition B. So, that is simply moment, internal moment BA, so from the column, plus the internal moment at BC sa beam. So, these are now your internal moments present at B, BA and BC. So, that should reflect the external moment. So, that is equal to 0. Okay, so let's substitute the values. Moment BA is from equation 2. So, this is our moment BA, no? Copy this one. So, we will have 4 over 5 of slope B minus 6 over 25 delta. How about moment BC? Moment BC is from equation 3. Value for moment BC is this one, this equation. Okay, so ikakopy ko siya. Okay, so the joint condition now becomes or will look like this. Okay, so moment BA plus moment BC. So yan na yun. And then you just equate this to the external moment 0. Simplify this equation. So, we have 2 theta B here. So, let's add the coefficient. 4 over 5 and another 4 over 5. So, that becomes 8 over 5. Ayaw. 8 over 5 of slope B. Next, for slope C. Slope C, you just have one term for slope C. So, 2 over 5 slope C. So, copy lang. Positive, no? So, positive 2 over 5 slope C. How about delta? Delta, one term lang ulit. So, negative 6 over 25. 6 over 25 delta. And for the constant value, negative 10.24. So, I will transpose that to the right side of the equation. So, that becomes positive 10.24. Okay. So, set this equation, tawagin natin equation A. So, this is the modified equation. And then, as you can see, equation A consists of the unknown degrees of freedom. So, the slope B, slope C, and delta. So, therefore, we need 2 more equations to solve for this parameters, slope B, slope C, and delta. So, the next condition na panggagalingan ng equation natin is another joint condition. This time, we will consider joint C since, just like point B, at point C, you have 2 structural element connected. So, that is CD and CB. Meaning, you have 2 internal moments here. So, sum up those internal moments. So, magre-reflect yung external moment ng C, which is also equal to 0 since there are no present external moment doon sa frame at joint C. Okay. So, bale, our working condition here is joint condition at C. So this is now moment from girder. So internal moment from girder, CB, plus the internal moment at the column CD. So this is now equal to 0. Okay, by the way, you don't need to think for the rotation ng mga internal moments. And the safest way to formulate the equation for this is just consider them as positive values kasi later on, since nga ang sign convention natin dito is rotation, so we know na yung moment BA na yan, specifically or technically, meron pa yung sign convention na plus or minus, and then ito may plus or minus pa rin to. So kaya ang safe gawin is positive lang. Para pag nag-clockwise siya, ayan, positive of a positive value is positive. Kung maging counterclockwise naman siya, so that is negative of a positive value, so that becomes negative. So umaga, hindi siya maapektuhan kung ilalagay mo yung sign convention. And another thing is, for the operation here, yung plus, so just use addition lang lagi para hindi rin mali yung operation natin mathematically later on. Kapag nagkaroon na ng sign convention for the rotation of moments. Kasi nga naman, kung eto magiging counterclockwise, so this is negative, tapos ginawa mong minus yan, so minus of negative, so that becomes add. So mamamali yung operation. No? So again, safest way, positive lang lahat. That's the thought. Positive lang lahat. Okay, so let's now use this joint condition. Moment CB plus moment CD. Substitute natin. Moment CB is from equation 4. Kukunin ko to. Okay, equation 4 is 2.56 plus 4 over 5 na slope C plus 2 over 5 slope B. And then moment CD is from equation 5. Value of moment CD is this one. Okay, 4 over 5 of slope C minus 6 over 25 ng delta. So, idudugtong ko lang dito. So, our equation. Ano nangyari? Wait. Ito yun. So, ito na equation natin. Copy ko lang dito si moment CD. Ayan. Plus to plus. Plus moment CD. Kasi positive value. Okay. Plus moment CD. So, our equation will look like this. So, equate natin sa external moment at C. So, that is 0. Simplify. Slope B. One term only for slope B. So, copy lang natin. So, 2 over 5 of slope B. Para sa slope C, so 2 terms ulit yan, 4 over 5, 4 over 5. So pag sinimplify, add natin yung coefficient, so that becomes 8 over 5 of slope C. For delta, isang term lang, 6 over 25 delta. So negative 6 over 25 delta. And then for the constant value, 2.56 positive, transpose that to the right side of the equation. So this becomes negative 2.56. Okay, so this will now serve as our equation B. So we have now two equations. Pero ang unknown degrees of freedom is 3. So saan manggagaling yung third equation? So ubos na ang joint condition natin kasi yung A and D, so both A and D, there are single structure lang yung nakakabit sa kanya. So we cannot apply the joint condition. So saan manggagaling yung aking third equation? Okay. So sa third equation, sabi ko nga sa inyo, kapag merong sway involved, so that's the time na lalabas itong boundary condition mo na isa, yung shear condition. Yun ang i-apply natin. To be specific guys, yung shear condition na yon, ang tinutukoy natin na shear door is shear at the column. So sa akin, ang technique ko, sabi ko nga sa inyo, di ba, para safe, lahat ng sign convention of unknown variables should be positive. Kasi nga, meron pa tong sign convention ng direction or ng rotation. So sabihin natin, ito yung point A. Point A and ito point B, point C, point D. Okay, so I will apply a shear doon sa column. And to be specific, di ba, pag column, ito yung cross section. So ang shear dyan is it's either horizontal or load perpendicular to your screens. So syempre, two-dimensional analysis lang tayo. So we will consider the shear force as the horizontal force present sa column. And for this problem, ang horizontal force is yung horizontal reaction ng fixed support. So ito, consider natin, so this is shear A, horizontal reaction sa fixed support, and then you have here shear D. Okay, so paano i-apply ang shear condition? Ganito lang kasimple, guys. Ang shear condition is just equilibrium equation, no? So you will just sum up forces horizontal and then equate this to 0. So considering the frame na nakikita natin ngayon, sum up horizontal, so you just have shear A plus shear D is equal to 0. So ang tanong mo ngayon dyan, mag-0 ba talaga yan para yung pakanan? Again, yun nga ang sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, we know na meron pang directions yan. So ang proper direction yan will be represented by a sign convention. So again, these variables have their sign convention na plus or minus, plus or minus. Okay, so kaya ang sabi ko nga sa inyo, kagaya nung kanina, safest way to formulate an equation through this method is positive lang muna lahat and then mathematical operations should be plus or addition. Okay, so the problem now is all of our equations or all of our initial equations from 1 to 6, those equations are all moment equation. Now, for our condition here, third condition, shear condition, the variable here now is a shear. So, the problem is how can you convert that shear variable papuntang moment? Okay, so ganito naman yan. So, to have the value of shear na naka in terms of moment, so you will consider yung isolated cases ng kada column. Okay, so I will consider the left column. I will draw the left column AB. So ito ngayon yan siya, left column. Okay, so this is point A and this is point B. So tinanggal ko, 'di ba? So we all know na meron ditong mag-activate na internal forces. So you have the internal moment, you have the internal axial load or the vertical load, and you have the internal shear. But our focus here is at the rotation. Okay. So, sa simula, you don't know the proper or the actual rotation of those moments, top and bottom, no? So, let's say you have here a clockwise moment sa BA. Sample lang, clockwise moment sa BA, clockwise moment sa AB. So, the idea here is, regardless of the rotation of the top and bottom moments, so you will have an unbalanced moment, no? Kasi hindi naman yan magiging equal Unbalanced moment. Yan yung magiging idea. You will have an unbalanced moment. So, kahit gawin kong kunyari, sabi natin, paano pag nagkontrahan? Ayan, isang clockwise, isang counterclockwise. So, what will happen? So, sabi mo, balance na yan kasi clockwise yung isa, counterclockwise yung isa. Due to the symmetry ng figure, so you cannot say na those values, top and bottom, are equal. So, if this is 10, you cannot actually tell na 10 din yung nasa taas kasi nga unsymmetrical. So, kahit maging opposing direction or opposing rotation sila, if the magnitudes are not equal, you will still have an unbalanced moment. So, hindi mo masusunod ngayon yung equilibrium condition of the structure. So, regardless yan na kung ano maging rotation, you will have the unbalanced moment. So, keep that thought. So, ngayon, paano mo ngayon ma-resist yung unbalanced moment? So, that's the time or yan yung magiging essence ng shear dito. Yun yung magiging resisting moment dito. Okay, so let's say you have an unbalanced moment na clockwise, kagaya ng drawing ko. So, yung shear mo dito kasi, shear at top and shear and bottom. So, that is parallel forces. And then, obviously, they will be opposite direction kasi sum of forces horizontal, sila lang dalawa yung horizontal dyan. So, magiging opposite, sila, opposite direction. So, kung etong moments top and bottom are rotating clockwise, so your couple shear should rotate counterclockwise. Based dito sa drawing ko ha. Hindi ko sinasabing laging ganun. So, kung counterclockwise siya, so ganito magiging direction nila. Shear at A, and this is now your shear at B. Okay, so you can see na yung external moment B at saka A clockwise, while your couple moment na produce ng shear is counterclockwise. So, dyan ngayon magbabalance. Now, what is the working equation to solve for shear A? Or paano mo ngayon i-relate yung shear A mo sa moments? Okay, so let's put here the name. So, moment BA ito. And then the bottom moment, let's call this as moment AB. Moment AB. Ayan. So, ito ang tip. The key equation para makuha mo yung relation ng shear at saka moment. So, you will just sum up moment. So, di ba ang kailangan natin yung bottom shear to be specific? Bottom shear yung shear A. So, you will just sum up the moment at the top. Okay, so mag-moment ka lang dyan. Lagi yan ha. So, if you will apply summation moment B, equate to 0. So, you will have sum up of those moments, top and bottom. So, you will have moment BA plus moment AB. Again, I am applying only positive values kasi nga, we are expecting na these two variables will have their own sign convention based on their rotation. So, for now, positive muna sila lahat. Okay? So, the sum up of those moments is the unbalanced moment na i-resist ni shear A. So, since ang shear A mo ay resistance, so this unbalanced moment here should be equal to the moment produced of the shear at the top. So, what is the moment of that shear at the top? So, shear A multiplied by the moment arm. So, what will be the moment arm of this force? So, ang moment arm mo niyan is obviously yung length ng column. So, this is now equal to shear A multiplied by L. Okay, so from this equation, you can now safely say na shear A is simply equal to the sum up of moment of top and bottom, moment BA plus moment AB over L. Okay. So, you can think of this as a fixed formula, pero for the condition na walang external loads present dito. Okay. So, what will happen if the problem includes a load sa column? Kunyari, may ganyang load. Okay. So, sample lang ulit. So, let's say for example, ito yung column mo. Sample lang Ito yung column mo. And then, you have the top and bottom moments. Okay, moment top, moment bottom. You want to solve for the shear here, shear at bottom, shear A, but there is a present external load. So, let's say meron ditong lateral load. Kunyari lang to We have here a lateral load P, and then located at distance A from the top. Okay, so what will happen? So, ang gagawin mo, this formula now for this type of loading is not applicable. Kasi malinaw naman yung pinag-derivean nung formula na yun na nakabox. Dinerive yan na ang loadings lang ay moment top, moment bottom, shear top. Yun lang ang loadings. Pero kapag may sumaling loading sa gaya nito, so you will go back to the concept of deriving that formula. So, ang concept nun is simply sum up ka ng moment sa top. Okay? So, you will just have here moment top plus moment bottom, and then the moment produced by the by PA or by P, so that is counterclockwise, so minus P times A, and then your shear A is also counterclockwise, so minus shear A multiplied by L, equate to 0. So your shear A here becomes or equal to, ayan na, moment top plus moment bottom, and then may sasaling external loadings minus P times the moment arm A over L. So, kumbaga, magkakaroon ng dugtong. If there is an external load present, so yung numerator from the formula will have an extension, and that extension is the moment ng external loadings. Kagaya niyan nandiyan. Okay? So, the point is, this is not a fixed formula ha. This is just the formula if there are no present loadings sa column, lateral load sa column. But kung meron, so go back to the basic, go back to the concept. So sum up lang ng moment sa top. So let's now answer this problem, no? So let's copy again this one. So in-explain ko lang kung paano yung magiging relation ng shear to moment. Okay. Okay. So, ito na siya. Shear at A. So, since nakita natin sa problem na to, applicable yung ginawa kong una. Since walang present na external load at columns A, B, and CD, so you can now use that formula, yung nakabox. Moment top plus moment bottom all over L. So, sige, gawin natin ha. Okay, for shear A, guys, shear A is just equal to moment top. Ito yung A ha. So, ang moment mo dyan, BA tsaka AB. Okay, so you will have moment top, which is moment BA, plus moment bottom, so moment AB. And then you will divide that by the length of that column. Length of that column is 5 plus shear A na to guys ha, yung unang term, that is shear A. Again, the formula is this one, yung nakabox, since there are no loadings applied sa column. For shear D now is, this is your column CD, so moment at top is CD, moment at the bottom is DC. So we will have moment CD plus moment DC all over the span of CD, so that is equal to 5, and then equate that to 0. So ito, shear A plus shear D is equal to 0. Okay, simplify muna natin bago natin i-substitute ha. So we can factor out 1 over 5. Okay, so 1 over 5 multiplied by first term, so this is moment BA plus moment AB. And the second term, nilabas yung 1 over 5. So, plus moment CD plus moment DC. DC equal to 0. Cross-multiply mo yung 5. So, 5 times 0. So, bali, technically, cancel na to. Or, kumbaga, multiply both sides of the equation by 5. So, cancel na itong 1/5. O, cancel na yan. So, bali, matitira natin equation, moment AB plus moment BA plus moment CD plus moment DC. So, kunin natin yung mga yan. Nasaan ba yan? Ayan na, moment na siya, di ba? Moment BA, guys. Moment BA is from, layo na. Moment B is equation 2. Ayan, moment BA is equation 2. 4 over 5 slope B minus 6 over 25 delta. Okay, so ikakopy ko siya dito. Okay, so this is moment BA. Moment AB. Moment AB is from equation 1. So, ito naman ang value ng moment AB. Okay, moment AB is equal to this one. Copy ko lang ulit. Dudugtong ko lang ha. So, ito na. So, bali may plus. Plus. Pangit tuloy. Okay. Moment BA plus this one. Moment AB. Okay, yun yung moment AB natin. Nilagay ito ng plus. Next, moment CD. Moment CD is from equation 5. Okay, this one. Moment CD is 4 over 5 slope C minus 6 over 25 delta. Ito naman yan. O, dugtong mo ngayon dito yan. Okay. So, ito na. Ito na yung pangatlo. Moment CD na ito, ha. Again, we will add that. Plus moment CD. That's the value of moment CD. Last, moment DC. Our moment DC is from moment DC. Equation 6. Okay, moment CD is 2 over 5 slope C minus 6 over 25 delta. Okay, so idugtong natin. Ayan. Moment DC. Okay, so add natin to. Plus moment DC. And then, equate to 0. Simplify. Slope B muna tayo. Nasaan yung mga slope B natin? 4 over 5. 4 over 5. 2 over 5. The rest is, wala na slope B. So, pag pinag-add ko yan, 6 over 5, no? So, 6 over 5 slope B. Let's proceed kay slope C. Sa may mga slope C ko dyan. Slope C, 4 over 5, 2 over 5. Both values are positive. So, add 6 over 5 ulit. So, plus 6 over 5 of slope C. Delta naman. Negative 6 over 25, 6 over 25, 6 over 25, 6 over 25. So, all values are negative. Pare-pareho ng coefficient. So, parang times 4 lang. So, bali, 24 over 25. Negative. So, minus 24 over 25 of delta is equal to 0. And this will now serve as our equation C. Okay, so yan ay mga modified equation natin. We have now 3 equations involving theta, B, C, and delta. Yan, no? Equations A, B, and C. So, we can now solve for those parameters, no? Let's use now the mode of the calcu. So, mode equations. 3 unknowns tayo. 3 unknowns. Okay, coefficient. Equation A, ha? Coefficient for B is 8 over 5. Coefficient for C is 2 over 5. Coefficient for delta is negative 6 over 25. And then the constant is positive 10.24. Okay, equation B. Equation B, coefficient for slope B is 2 over 5. Coefficient for slope C is 8 over 5. And the constant is, hindi, teka. 2 over 5, 8 over 5. Delta pala muna. Negative 6 over 25 for delta. And for the constant, that is negative 2.56. And then for equation C, this one, equation C, slope B is 6 over 5, slope C is 6 over 5, and delta is negative 24 over 25. Constant, 0. Ayan, simultaneous equation. So, the answer now is, yung fraction na lang gagamitin ko ha, para ano? Para sakto ba? Yung makuha natin sagot. Slope B is equal to, ano nga yun? 848 over 105. 848 over 105. Kilonewton square meter over EI. Kasi slope yan eh. Over EI. How about slope C? Ay. Slope C is negative 272 over 105. Okay. Negative 272 over 105. Kilonewton square meter over EI. And then for our delta, value of this sway, delta, so that is 48 over 7. 48 over 7. Since delta to or deflection, ito ay kilonewton cubic meter over EI. Okay, so you now have the values for the unknown degrees of freedom. So the next thing to do is to solve for the moments. Okay, so actually makasagot na natin. The question here is moment determine the actual internal moment at point B. So, you can choose between BA and BC and yung moment C. So, moment B and C. So, sige. Gamitin natin yung equation to moment BA. So, I will copy this one. Copy. O, lagay natin dito. Okay, our moment BA is, ito. So, substitute natin yung value. Slope B is 848 over 105. Positive, no? While delta is equal to 48 over 7. Positive din. So, the resulting value here will be equal to, balik ako sa mode 1, 4 over 5 of slope B. So, 848 over 105. And then plus, minus pala. Minus 6 over 25. And then, value for this one is 48 over 7, yung delta. Okay, so ang moment natin dito is 4.815. Positive. So, ibig sabihin clockwise, no? Positive 4.815 kilonewton meter. O, i-check mo ngayon sa kabila. Kasi moment BC. B rin yun eh. Internal moment rin yun sa B. So, ang moment BC naman natin is from equation 3. O, di ikakopy ko yan. Check lang natin kung tama. Pero actually, pwede na yun yung moment B. Yun na yung value nun. Okay, so kung gagamitin mo naman si moment BC, okay, this one. So, let's substitute the values. Theta B is 848 over 105. While slope C is negative 272. Ay, ayaw. 272 over 105. Okay. Substitute. Negative 10.24 plus 4 over 5 of 848 over 105. And then plus 2 over 5 of negative 272 over 105. Okay. So, ang sagot ngayon is negative 4.815. Ayan, nakita nyo. Pareho lang ng magnitude. Negative 4.815 kilonewton meter. And ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina na meron silang sariling sign convention based on their rotation. Kaya, pang babalikan mo yung joint condition na una, ang unang joint condition mo, moment BA plus moment BC is equal to 0. So, if you add these two moments, 4.815 plus negative 4.815, magka-cancel lang sila, magiging 0. Okay, kaya pinapagamit ko sa inyo lagi, positive lang. Kasi yan nga, magkakaroon nga yan ng sariling sign convention later on. Okay, for the internal moment naman sa C, so I will use equation 4, moment CB. Ito ngayon yan. Moment CB. Moment CB, moment CB, moment CB. Okay, so ito siya ngayon. Moment CB is equal to, substitute mo yung value ng slope C. Again, slope C is negative 272 over 105. Tapos, slope B is 848 over 105. Ayan, substitute mo yung value. So, we will have 2.56. So, plus 4 over 5 ng negative 272 over 105. And then, plus 2 over 5 of 848 over 105. So, the answer is equal to 3.718 positive. So, ito clockwise naman to. 3.718. 3.718 kilonewton meter. Okay. So, check natin sa isa pang moment C. Moment CD is from equation 5. Internal moment CD. Check natin kung tatama yung joint condition natin na ginamit earlier. Okay, so moment CD. So, this is equal to, substitute natin values. Our slope C is negative 272 over 105, while our delta is equal to 48 over 7. So, this is 48 over 7. Substitute those values sa equation. So, 4 over 5 multiplied by negative 272 over 105 minus 6 over 25 times 48 over 7. Okay, so ang sagot is negative 3.718. So, ayan. From your joint condition na moment CB plus moment CD, magiging 0 nga ang magiging labas na sagot. Okay, so nasagutan na natin yung problem. Internal moment for B. Internal moment for B is equal to 4.82 while internal moment for C is 3.72. Tama naman, no? 4.82 and 3.72. Okay, so that's it. Yan na yung sample problem natin for slope deflection method ng frame.